Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to another top 5. And today we are looking at the top 5 medium tanks in the game. And as always, we are going to try and pick a tank from each tier. We're going to start off with tier 6. Now this I did add in my top 5 premium tanks sort of ever to come in the game. It is the Cromwell B. Now this is just a fantastic tank overall. It doesn't have no armor, but it does have sort of the DPM, it has the gun depression, it has the mobility, and it's just fun. It really is a fun tank to play. And when it comes into the game, it is very cheap as well. It's like a couple of quid, literally a couple of pounds, £5 for sort of 7 days premium, or sometimes even more, 30 days premium. So it's a decent tank, and I really enjoy it playing this this tank. It's a very quick tank. It gets around the map very quickly, and again the reload is very short as well. So if you miss a shot, it's not too bad, because you're going to get another shot in a few seconds time. 5.2 seconds. I think I'm actually running the calibrated shells to give it the extra bit of pen, because it does struggle against tier 7s, especially heavy tanks, and the penetration. So I probably would run it with the calibrated shells. So that is my tier 6 tank. Moving on to tier 7, it's always got to be this tank. The Dracula is such a fun tank to play. Now when this first come into the game, it was kind of OP, and along with the Hellsing, it was OP, but now it's not really spoke about too much, to be honest. But I still think it's an extremely fun tank to play, and it's still one of the most fun tanks to play in a platoon. If you've got double Dracula, then it really is fun. So if you haven't tried that out yet, go play a Dracula, a double Dracula tune, or even sort of a Dracula Hellsing tune, or anything like that. A Dracula works well with almost anything, at least any sort of medium or light tank. If you can roll together, it has the acceleration, it has the 1 second track repair. So if you do get tracked, don't use your repair kit straight away. Like, don't just quickly press it, because after 1 second your track will be repaired anyway automatically without having to use it. So it is still an extremely fun tank to play, and it's an extremely good tank. And again, the mobility for me just does it all. I love this new camouflage as well, the two-faced camo. I just think this is amazing, and it makes the tank for me look even better than the original version. So this game, we actually have a really good game, but unfortunately it is supremacy. I do things wrong, which at least I know that I do things wrong, but at the time you don't really think about it. But when watching the game back, it's just like, yeah, I don't know why I did that. So at the moment it's a 2 versus 3. You can see the IS-3 there misses his shot, and we're going to poke up. Now I was expecting Al Yo to actually take care of this EXP. He's a 2-shot. I think he is going to get a shot in. I'm not quite sure. I don't actually think he does get a shot in. So we are trying to help him. We're ignoring the IS-3. We're trying to get the shot off, and now he's a 1-shot. I'm literally expecting him to take this EXP out, so I'm just going for the IS-3. And then you can see me looking around like, is he going to take him out or not? So we're going to try and get the 1 more shot into the IS, but unfortunately it bounced, and now we are going to get behind this EXP. So unfortunately we can't save our Yo there. The IS-3 does take him out, but we are able to take out this EXP. So what I should have done now, it is a 1 versus 2. I should have actually gone and searched for some bases. It's a 1 versus 2, and we are losing dramatically on supremacy points, but I'm thinking at this time it could be a loss. I'm not sure where the other tank is, and I'm thinking, you know what, I might as well just go and try and take this guy out. I do get shot from him, but because of the mobility of the tank, we are able to get around, and there is really nothing he can do. And that's the fun thing with this tank, because of the acceleration is so fast, so quick, you can circle these tanks really easily. Even sort of the IS-3 is not slow by all means, but yeah, the Dracula I think is just a little bit too quick. So we do manage to kill him. Unfortunately we don't manage to find the last lurver, but we end up on the 4.2k damage. It was sadly a loss because of supremacy, but we still managed to get a nice ace there with 1442 base XP. So that tier 7 is in my opinion, the best medium in tier 7. Moving up to tier 8. It is the Chimera. Now, the Chimera is a brilliant tank. Again, it is one of the most played one of the most played premium tanks in the game, which when I saw that statistic, I was really shocked, actually. When this tank first came into the game, I did actually make a video saying I like it, but I shouldn't. It's a medium tank with very low DPM, but it has the armor profile, and it has the big alpha to go with that. And literally, the armor profile is really, really good. If you can get the HE shot off, which you can see, we can do over 500 damage, which we've done to these guys. And now we're going to push. You can see the armor profile working. We have lost a little bit of hit points, but there, look, the HE in front of this guy. Yes, our guy does, our eagle does shoot him at the same time, but we do manage to pick up the kill. And now we're just going to let our eagle just push towards this AT-15A. There's no reason for me to push when I've got shots off. I might as well just carry on hiding behind this this rock here and let our guy in the eagle push. So at least I'm not getting shots, but I'm still getting damage, because as I've said, it's got a big reload on it, so you don't really want to get caught out in the open, especially against an AT-15A with sort of over 3,500 DPM. So now it's just a 6 versus 3. I don't really want to die yet, and if this mill does push me, he could probably kill me. So I wanted to survive. I wanted a bit more damage. We are on now 2.6k damage with just 2 tanks left alive, and one of them is this STA. Not sure what he's doing, but it's going to be a win anyway. So yeah, the Chimera is an extremely good tank, very strong tank. I wouldn't call it overpowered. It can be easily dealt with. The hull can be penetrated quite easily, and of course it doesn't have that DPM. So in my opinion, it's still one of the best, if not the best, medium tank in tier 8. So we're just going to finish this last guy off now. This shark, we do get shot, and I think he has me on the reload, so I don't want to just push out in front. I want to use this tank for a bit of protection. We have one, but you know, there's no point me just rushing out, and we do manage to bait a shot, and we are going to poke forward and take him out for 3.8k damage. So a nice little game there in the Chimera, and we get a first class, I think, for that. Nice amount of credits earned as well. So moving on to tier 9, it definitely has to be the Centurion 7-1. Since the buff, I just think that Wargaming has made this tank extremely powerful because of the speed. I mean, 10 kilometers per hour speed does make all the difference, because it now is a very quick tank, and especially in tier 8, this tank is absolutely awesome. It's all about the hesh. It really is all about the hesh, and the only reason I didn't like the tank before, well, I've always liked it, but the only reason I preferred the FV4202 over this was because of that speed. But now this has got the speed that the FV4202 had before that got buffed. It is absolutely amazing. It has the turret you can go hold down, and of course you have that hesh as well, and that's important. If I didn't have the hesh on this tank, then yeah, it would be nowhere near my favorite medium tank in tier 9, and nowhere near one of the best. You could just do shots like that, you know, in the front of a tortoise. Nice hesh. Use the mobility now easily to get round him and deal 519 hesh damage into the side of him. It really does pump your damage, your DPM up when you can get these hesh shots out. But of course, with hesh, it doesn't always go your way. I'm aiming here at the E100. Sadly, we shoot a little bit of his turret that we couldn't pen, and only sort of do 74 damage. But at this point, you know, we're playing from distance. It is still a 5 versus 3. We don't want to just rush in. We do have the hit points. Most of our tanks remaining are full hit points. So I know we've got this in the bag. The Kranvagen up there is a one-shot if I can get a HE into the back of him, and the E100 around to the right, he's a one-shot. So we know that this game is a win, especially now that that guy has gone, and we could just get around, use the HE into the rear. I mean, look at that, it's beautiful. To be able to pen something like that from a tier 9 tank and doing that much damage is kind of fun, and that's why now this is the best medium tank in tier 9. Now moving up to tier 10, I've gone for the T62A. I did originally add the E50M because the E50M for me is one of the strongest tier 10s with the armor profile and everything like that. But overall, I still think that the T62 is the best medium in tier 10. It has that armor profile. It doesn't quite have the armor on the hull, but it does have the armor on the turret, and it's quite low to the ground, as I've said, so you can hide behind tanks, you can use your gun depression. It has sort of 8 degrees of gun depression as well, so it's an extremely strong tank. And of course, most importantly, it has the DPM, one of the highest DPMs in the game for a medium tank, and it has the mobility as well. So all around, I do think the T62A is the best medium tank in tier 10. Wargaming buffed it and buffed it and buffed it. Now this is also the best it's the most accurate gun in the game as well, along with a few other tanks, and for a Russian tank that's normally not the case. So as you can see, we have lost a lot of hit points. It doesn't, if you give them your hull, then you will get penned, but if you just show your turret, then you'll get a lot of bounces. And that's always been the difference between the Object 140 and the T62. The Object 140 doesn't have the turret, but it does have a troll upper plate, whereas the T62A is complete opposite. It has the turret, but it has no upper plate. Now, of course, when you're angled, you can get some bounces on that upper plate. And for me, it's just an all-round good tank, a fantastic tank to play, a fun tank to play as well. It has the high DPM. It can bounce these troll bounces there. I mean, this game here, we haven't bounced a lot, but we've bounced enough. So let me know your thoughts if you agree with any of my decisions. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy. I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.